I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jesse.
We're Cannabis School, having cannabis-infused conversations
with everyday people,
cannabis companies,
celebrities,
and your mom.
Welcome to the sesh.
It's been weird. After I restructured my resume and have been sending it out, I had a guy reach out to me for an interview. He was like, hey, I found your resume and want an interview. I had 2 or 3 others that scheduled interviews. 3 others.
Dude, that's amazing.
And then I have one that this will be my 3rd interview with this company. So whenever I hear back from them. So
yeah, that's so cool, man. That's so cool. I love that.
It feels weird because I just haven't really fully applied myself.
Well, no, neither of us did have wanted to, because we wanted something else to happen, and we wanted it to be something that we owned, but more importantly, that we're not held responsible from someone else. But, you know, with that time, one thing that I felt with the job that I've really enjoyed, there's aspects I really don't like, but at the same time, it's not that I'm fulfilling my purpose, it's that others are reliant upon me in order for the success to be there. And so it makes me feel responsible. It makes me feel contributory. It doesn't make me feel like I'm just after $1. And, you know, and that's what I like about doing what I'm doing now. Not to say that that's what I'm always going to do. I mean, it's fucking hard. It's really difficult. It's not something that I've ever done before. It has been the most challenging, but it also, I mean, like, how much I had to learn in a short period of time, and then still learning, and then feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, and then somebody says something and I go, I'm like, holy shit, like, where did that come from? But it feels good in some ways. I mean, other ways I'm like, I don't enjoy my commute. I don't enjoy that I have to be in an office all the time, and I'm pushing them to let me go out, and they're being cool about it. But at the same time, I don't know, I just feel like it's a good thing. If I was back doing my fast, knowing what I know now, nope.
Yeah, no, I think it would be really good, and I've been excited about it, and I realize that it also gives me a level of distance from all of the grunt work of the show.
Yeah.
So I can literally just record shit, find guests, and I talked to Finn even, and I was like, you know, if I'm working, I'm happy to pay you to edit, to create social media videos, like from random shit, pull them from the show, and script me content. And I will record it and send you videos, and you can edit them and post them.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking about, dude, recently, because I was like, I love that idea. I think that's awesome. Especially, you know, giving Finn the opportunity to edit and stuff like that would be great. A great skill for them to have, and for inner value to be there, because we want to accomplish things. Yeah. It's not, we don't feel responsible where it's our job. We just want to accomplish things. It feels good. And I think that's awesome. One. And the other part is that on the social media, I was reading this book called How to Start a Cult. I know, right? When I told you laughed. And I laughed too when I saw it. And I'm like, all right. And I started going into it, and it was great. And I was like, an idea. I was like, well, I know we could do social media, but the one thing that has been a big resurgence is groups. And I thought, how cool would it be if our audience could just post on our group page, and not just memes, but where we can, like, every once in a while, I was thinking it would be really cool for us to create some, like, really, like, authentic content, is to just every once in a while just step out in our backyard, set up our tripod, and have a conversation. Every once in a while, we plan it out, like go and do a live, like once a week or something, just because, and to just look at everybody's posts, and then going, yeah, let's talk about that. That's crazy. And then we just go back and forth and have fun. Set it up where we're standing right here. We move the couch. We just had the background, and we have that.
Change it up.
We just smoke joints and talk to everybody, right? And reflect on our day, because that's the one thing that, you know, I've realized about our podcast is that what draws people in is not necessarily just the educational content. It's that they come here because they're our friends. And I feel like if we did that, instead of trying so hard to come up with content, we just do that. And now the responsibility doesn't rely upon you all the time to make sure that it's going up. I would rather be more excited. Like, we keep that going on. And yes, I think it'd be great. Not only that, but for Finn to find funny content. And we just find funny videos and send. I send you funny shit all the time because I think it'd be fun. The Facebook and the Instagram, like, that's satire.
Yeah.
It makes me giggle.
I just haven't been.
No, I know.
What it is.
It's hard. Because it's like, well, for
I
what?
haven't wanted to be on social at all.
No, I don't
Like,
either.
Even just checking it, I literally jump on now and it's like, has anyone sent me anything that I should watch? Okay, cool. I've done that, and then I close it.
Yeah,
I haven't
Jesse's always
scrolled
sending him stuff.
anything. Well, you, Emily, Finn, like, but that's it. And then TikTok's way less because I'm like, I fucking hate it. And then I open it and it's like, oh, Emily sent me 50 videos and I have to go through all of that shit. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many of these. And half of them aren't even ones she wants me to watch. They're just ones that she's saving for later by sending it to me. I'm like,
that's exactly what. But the thing too, though, I think about is
funny.
that what's the purpose of social media? Like at the beginning was connection.
Yeah.
And I thought about that. I'm like, you know what? It'd be cool to have a place where we could just kind of like, we can open up about our feelings every once in a while or what's ever on our mind or a question or a cool thing we saw. And we're talking because that's what friends do, man. Like I think about, like I call you randomly when good things happen. I don't call you when the bad things always happen, right? And I let you know like it sucks and stuff like that. Like we address what's happening in our life and we're always like, do you need anything? You want me to come over? You need help? Do you need me to be there?
Spoon.
Yeah. You know, it's like, I was like thinking about it just recently. I've got an eye appointment coming up and I know it's not good for me to drive after that one. So I was like, I need to find out if Brandon can come with me and just, you know, make sure that I can get home safely. Like just come meet at my place and we'll like, drive my little car up. Because it was, I've done it twice now and it's not recommended. It freaked me the fuck out. And I mean, I got home safe.
Terrifying.
But, you know, it's things like that. Like, you know, when I think about it, you're not the first person that comes to my mind when I need help. You're the first person that comes to my mind when I accomplish something or something cool came across or I had a funny thing happen or I saw a nuts thing or just whatever. Because that's the cool part is that you want to connect with people. And I think that by creating a community, I was thinking about Greener Friends and Greener Friends Facebook community so it doesn't get flagged. But that, I don't know. What do you guys think? You'll hear this episode. Maybe we've already started it. But I think it would be a great pressure off of you and for me to be more contributory. Because for me, it's the authenticity that matters more. And
yeah, I just...
It's hard to do where you make up something and try and act it out. You know what I mean?
I love just talking to people.
Yeah,
I love having a community. That part is great. Conversations, fucking love that. But it's the random shit that it's like, okay, and how many of those in a week? Okay, how many of those in a month? Okay, like just
it'd be cool just to set up your tripod or just have your phone right there and just have a question or something like that. And it'd be cool for our community to do that. Like, hey, I got a question about this, guys. Like, what do you think about this? Or they can share a strain that they've tried.
I wish Patreon had the live because when I looked, it only goes through YouTube or something else, like some other platform. And it didn't work the way I was hoping to. I just need to look and see.
Maybe we do that with the Patreon members is that we do video call with them once a month and they can give some suggestions and things like that. Strain suggestions or something like that we could possibly get our hands on. Or even where they kind of
community sesh.
Yeah, our community sesh. We come over there. It's like 30, 40 minutes. We all talk remotely. We have a good time. And, you know, we leave the discussion open to like constant idea because I think it's a bigger pressure too where we've got our content up to this point, right? The show rolls the way it rolls, but it's through a lot of trial and error. And now we feel very comfortable with our content flow on the podcast. And it'd be great, more so, if Finn could just grab clips that they thought was awesome.
From the show. Yeah.
And
that's what I figured too, is there's all of the digital library on the hard drives that it's like, okay, you can go through and just create them from this.
Well, dude,
find whatever it is because I'm like, oh, there's endless there.
I've got other things going on that are bringing funds in, so let me know and we'll split that.
Yeah, I figure as soon as I'm working here, which has been so weird to be
looking for a job
actively, rebuilding my resume many times and like
that's awesome.
Applying all the time, going, all right, yeah, I'm doing 10, 20 jobs in a day that I'm applying for and going through these ones, really looking at the company and is this something I would do? Is this like I don't want a 3-month, 6-month place. You know, I don't want a job that it's like, hey, this is just for now. I'd rather dedicate years to and go, all right, well, here's where it's at. What can we, like the show, this is 6 years in. Okay, well, 6 years from there, like, what could we have done in 6 years? And what could we do in 6 years? Or what can I do in 10 years? Like,
yeah.
What does that look like in a trajectory versus going, what can I do in a week? What can I do in 30 days? Like,
well, and that's usually what it is. Like the entrepreneur life is, you know, you eat what you kill. And I think what that does is it builds a lot of character for you for the work world. The one thing I have learned, it's been a tough transition.
Going back?
Yeah, from being entrepreneurial to working for a company. And I'm actually better at following or fulfilling what's been expected of me, because I don't get so in my head like, oh, I could do it better. But I'm like, okay, look, you're going to show me. I know the path of least resistance. I know what it'd feel like to be in your position. I know what it feels like to be in your position. I'm just going to be cool about it. And you look, yeah, you need me to do that. And I found a lot of weaknesses in how I do it, but it's helped me to be better, and it's helped me to be more open-minded. So, you know, I always look at it now, instead of relying upon what could be, just like, well, let me fix the future right now. And if things change, then I'll pivot. But for right now, I'm just going to do everything. Like the whole Connect by Shape events that I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's awesome. And the first part of my mind was like, turn into a business and all these things. and you know, it's the same thing. Like, yeah. I think cookies are the best example of what not to do. Just because you make great cookies doesn't mean you need to open up a fucking store, right? How many of those turned out from that one? Yeah, there's Crumble, and there's, you know, Chip, and there's, you know,
Granny Bees,
and Dirty Dough, and all these other ones. But the thing that really mattered on that one is that it's a commodity. It's just a commodity. It's not anything where somebody's going to be like, this is so amazing.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work. And you can't think that your idea is just going to be the best idea out there. Like, anybody can make cookies. And they go, well, these people do really well. And I'm like, no, they get to a certain point, and now I look, I'm like the drug dealers from the 80s that we were all told to be afraid of. Like, hey, come on over. First one's on me, but
everyone's
you got to pay the rest.
Everyone's giving you free drugs.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it. But you get a free one. I'll give you some freebies so you can hand out to your friends to get them addicted.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, honestly, like, I don't know one drug dealer matter of fact, I don't know any drug dealer that's going to be like, hey, this one's free. Fuck you.
First one's on me. No. They're like, all right, that's going to be this much.
Yep. And if I trust you, I might lower the price, you know, because I don't trust you yet. And it really is about trust. But they just openly, like, all these confection companies, like, there's it's just called confection companies. They're not restaurants.
Yeah.
They're diabetes in a box, and it's...
Yeah, but we are so full of that here, especially in Utah. Between our sodas with extra sugar
What's
shops.
the donut place that just came in?
There's a donut?
Yeah, it's Pink Box.
Oh, yeah. We love Pink Box. I'm not had the donuts, though.
But that's the thing. Like, I mean, there's... How many fucking donut shops do we have? Cookie shops, confection shops, cake pops.
It's because we're big into consuming. And so all of the places that are out are like, hey, you could consume this, or you could consume this, or you could consume this, or you could consume all of these simultaneously.
And when you're not out here consuming things, you ever thought about taking home some stuff to consume?
Or door dashing things to consume?
Matter of fact, if you're feeling like you need to consume right now...
Maybe turn on Netflix.
I'll give you the first one free, but you got to buy the rest. Fucking drug dealers, dude. It's fucked up is what it is. It's really fucked up. And so I don't know, man. Now though, by coming from where we came from, you're going to find that you're going to really do well, and you're going to enjoy it more, and they're going to be more open to how you do things. They're going to be freer for you to be able to influence them based on, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fucking work. Have you ever tried this? Yeah. And they go, oh, what? Like, I shock, as much as we deal with AI, like, we're always asking questions. We're always peeling the onion. We're always like, no, I don't believe that. Let's dig it. Where are your sources from that? Oh, you're pulling from those ones. I need it to be more diverse. I need you to find from here. Can you find outside of the U.S.? That'd be great.
Yeah.
All this stuff, it's so good for our minds because we're constantly inquisitive, right? We stay curious. But, man, it just... it shows you that that's not really that's not perpetuated in the work world now, because I work with people that are younger than me, that are around like your age and younger, and they have no fucking clue how to use this technology. They go, oh, I know how to do that. And I'm like, do you? And they're like, yeah. And this guy tried to tell me, he's like, yeah, we're not supposed to put any of our client information into 365. We can only do it the one that's built within our email system, because then everybody else will have that, and we can't share our information with our competitors. And I'm like, I'm having a hard time following your logic here. You're telling me that something that uses the internet
pulled this data for you.
Just for you, though.
And you can't share that in this because that data might be then available on the internet.
And I said, where the fuck do you think our competition's getting that?
Where do you think your information came from?
Exactly. It came from your competition putting that online, or some service. And now you have a box that you can go to and ask questions. And it will find you the answers if you ask the right questions. When I tell them that, they go, but yeah, how do I ask that? And they go, nah, that didn't work. And I'm like, here's my prompt system that I do for prospecting. Here you go. And they're like, oh, wow. Oh, that's much better. And I said, and you don't even need to do that. You could use your voice. And I click on the voice dictation.
Yeah, right.
He's like, well, then I'll be talking on the phone in front of everybody else. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
We're in cubicles. Yep. The fuck do you think we're here to do?
What do you think you're doing?
We're supposed to be calling.
Are you whispering in there? Hey, it's me. I don't want anyone to hear me.
I get it, dude.
It's so weird.
The apprehension of calling somebody is a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I started to change my mind, and I don't know why. It's the rejection.
Yeah, it's the fear of no. It's like they're going to say no, they're not going to like me.
That right there.
But that's what that no is.
No liking.
Is they won't like me.
Yeah.
It's this rejection of like, oh shit, I'm going to call them and this person who doesn't know me is going to say no. Well, they're not saying no to you. They don't know you. Yeah. It's nothing personal. It has absolutely fuck all to do with any of us. It's just,
totally.
They're like, yeah, I'm busy. I'm in the middle of this. I don't have fucking time for this. I don't give a shit. I don't know who you are.
Yep.
And it's nothing personal. It's just like how many people pick up a telemarketer call and go, yeah, I'm going to hear this out.
Yeah. No, dude.
Most people don't. So it's just that I know how this goes because this is how I treat people when they call me. Most often I'm going, hey, I don't have time for this.
No.
So it's hard to get someone else to feel that same way of like, hey, I'm calling you out of the blue.
Well, and that's the thing, too.
Have time for me.
And you can. That's the thing. Like, what are you doing for my time? Like, because, I mean, one, I need to be inspired and entertained. And if you come to me like we had a pest control guy came over, good kid, nice kid, asked a lot of questions. It was expensive. And I was high, and I bought it. Or at least I gave him my information to buy it. And then literally seconds later, another person at the phone. And I'm like, dude, I just got it. And he goes, did you just get it with that guy over there? He goes, yeah. He's way more expensive than I am. I'm like, how much more expensive? He goes, we're 119 every time for the treatment. The other one was 179. He's like, but I'm going to do the first one for 100, just for 99. And then everything after that one, you can stop treatments or push treatments whenever you want. We'll come spray your lawn. We'll spray inside your house. We'll make sure the bugs are down. If you ever need us to come up and treat between those times, we're happy to do it for free. I'm like, okay. And he goes, so we'll just get your information. Okay. I mean, the kid closed me fast. The other kid talked to me for like 20 minutes. This kid, less than 5. And he closed me. The reason why, he beat the shit out of the other guy.
Oh, yeah.
By 79%. I'm like, yeah, I'd be dumb. It wouldn't make economical sense. I'd be basing, I'm working with this guy. I don't know this kid. I'm never going to see this kid again. He's not the one that's going to be treating my house.
No.
So this kid actually did it better by just getting right to the deal. You're going to pay this much. I'm going to offer you for this much. I'm going to give you the exact, I mean, he had the same slick. I mean, they just put a different company name over there. It's so dumb.
Yep.
So I was just like, yeah, the other kid came back because I canceled.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, shoot, I don't want to lose that sale. I got to go see if I can keep it.
And he's like, did you close the other guy? He was all sad. I'm like, no, man, sorry. My wife actually, I called my wife to tell her the good news. And she was like, why did you do that? I already got one. I'm like, oh, no. And I'm like, okay. So I canceled. He's like, it had nothing to do with me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stop you right now. It never has anything to do with you. I said, so that does not define you? The sale does not define you?
Yeah.
I said, is an opportunity that was missed? Oh, well, if you base everything based on that and you get all butthurt about it, go do something else. Because this isn't about like that at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
But now I tell myself, and I've been kind of thinking about it because my boss comes out sometimes and he goes, it's too quiet in here. It's because he's not hearing a ton of people calling.
Yeah.
Because he's not hearing the action. So now I'm going to work because I was trying to bet people like, hey, I'll get this many appointments. I'll pay you. We didn't even want to fulfill it. It didn't feel good. And I'm like, now I'm just going to be like, hey, if you're quiet, you're not working. If you're quiet, it means you're at academy. So let's rock and roll. And I'll just start making calls. I do it all the time now. People love talking to you. And then I make a dial. And then I'm super happy on the call. And I go, people love talking to you. And then I don't have to say it to myself after like the third call. And I just go through it. And
it's because it's the energy.
Yeah.
You approach a call different and the conversation is different. And then the people on the other end are like, oh, this person sounds happy. I don't know what it is, but I'll at least listen.
Yeah, dude, I was doing that at first when I got there. And then my boss is like, you need to make it more serious. And
Why?
because he's my boss, because he doesn't know any other way. He's been selling insurance for over 20 years. So there was a way that you did it before. Like you come wearing a blazer, a sports coat when you do a deal. All right. I mean, maybe some companies will be really appreciative of it. I'll tell you what, the Connection by Shape event, I just came from work. The only difference was I put on a sports coat because I was like, maybe this will help people. Totally. People were like, oh, he's the authority. He's wearing a coat. Whatever.
That's funny.
But it worked in that one. But the way that he thinks of it is like the perception is I'm not professional unless I'm wearing this. And so now I have done that. I started changing my approach. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Hey, man, I am reaching out of the blue and I'll be brief because you weren't expecting me to call you. And then I just do 2 lines and that's it. Like I literally say to him, well, I work with companies to be able to look at cost reduction strategies in their health benefits. So can I ask you one question is, how did your employees react to the rate changes during this last renewal? I don't know how happy they are about paying more. And they're like, yeah, it was rough. And then I can just have a regular conversation instead of trying to sell them.
Yeah.
And it's a mixed bag I get from work where my boss will say like, we don't sell, we're building relationships. And yet he'll be in a meeting with me and he goes into autopilot to fix it. And he just starts talking about all the great things that we do instead of like just focusing on them.
Yeah, it's the show up and throw up versus like understanding what their pain is.
Right.
If they actually have a need, who they are. And then that just kind of flows naturally. I told you I went to a business lunch with Alec.
Oh, yeah. You had a good time with that.
I did. I loved it. He was a bit nervous because he hadn't met these 2 dudes before. And he's in...
well, he's not really a networker.
No, and it's a whole new industry, and he's up in the $1 to $3 billion a year market. So he's working a good amount in a space where he's got to build a whole new network.
Yeah, new book of business, everything.
Yeah, so he just was like, I don't know these guys, so would you come? And he was nervous about me just coming as me, so he was like, oh, well, tell him you're in the tech space and that you're an account manager. And so they were talking to me for a bit, and I'm just talking like me
because we do it every week.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, well, just bullshitting with them. And finally, like halfway through the lunch or whatever, Alec finally does his pitch thing. And then afterwards, me and him go boarding, and he was like, what'd you think? And I was like, honestly, it was good, but I would have just asked him a couple questions. Like, they already were interested in meeting, and the guy told you that he was definitely had some things he wanted to talk to you about and ask. So you're in the same space. I would just
do a different time.
Yeah, just a little bit drip of some questions and ask this, because now this will, get a lot of information for creating these partnerships and that moving forward, but without having to do a pitch, without having to whip it out and go, all right, guys, thanks for having lunch. Now here's my quick pitch.
Yeah. There's no free lunch.
Yeah. I'm like,
right?
Yeah. So I'm
buy
like,
timeshare.
yeah. So I'm like, it's just kind of that same thing of like, I'm here at this. I really just have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Or like, you're not expecting it, but like, it's that keeping it really short, keeping it simple, not showing up with a million solutions of like, oh, it's like, have you ever, and then like when they say something, have you guys ever heard of this or thought about this? Interesting. Okay.
Well, but
can I ask you a question about that? And like, it's, you're great with it when it comes to the shapes and everything else. But I think it's that it's still the insurance doesn't feel like you, and you're trying to sell it as an insurance salesman versus just
no, I should
Jesse.
be just, well, here's the thing. Like, this is what I would do. And this is what's happened. If you go in, like with Alex, let's take your brother's position over there. You're doing a public event, not in an office space. So you never bring it up because they already know what you're there to do. And you already know what they want to do, and you feel like you have the solution. The only thing you should be doing is building a friendship.
Yeah.
And then just talking about them, going, hey, next time we get together, that's it. And they go, yeah, well, let's talk about that right now. Do you want to do it now or do you want to do it later? I wanted to get to know you. Like, I don't work with people I don't know. And I need to be bringing that back because I used to do that when I was doing like copywriting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm still doing that.
I think it's just sometimes when we get into the new, it's hard to be our full self in that because we're trying to acclimate, we're trying to adjust and learn all of this new stuff, and it's done in a very specific way.
Yes.
And that way is not usually us.
We're focused on the what, not the who.
Yeah. And so instead of just being us doing these actions that we've learned, now it's, okay, well, we have to be this persona of this person. Well, I don't need to be that person. I need to be me doing these actions.
Right.
Like, but I think we lose that sometimes with new jobs and stuff where it's like, oh, fuck. Well, they told me this is how it's done. And so I need to be them.
Well, it's like an old expectation, right? It's like, it's honestly like the closest thing you could kind to is like leaving a religion and then joining another one. And the reason why I would say like that is because total different practices, different ways they do it, different things they say. And you want to feel like you know everything. Like I told the guys yesterday, because we have like a bunch of new guys in there. I said, you're going to feel like you want to do something different from what they know. And the actions are the same, but the way you approach it has to be different. And I said, it's taken me a while to learn that because I'm a smart guy that knows that. And I want to tell everybody that I am a smart guy. And I want to show them how smart I am by knowing their thing and mastering what they do instead of just doing what I do. And what I do is like how you do things. It's unique to you. I would never say like, Brandon, you should say these things because you do better with autonomy. I think we all do. And when we try to be like everybody else, that's when you could smell it. You're like,
it feels scripted.
Yeah, it feels salesy.
And you're like, why is your penis on my leg?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you feel my love on your leg?
Yeah, exactly. Standing up to him. It really does feel like that, where all you're doing is just you're fabricating a connection to make sure that you're taken care of. When you start talking about all the stuff that you can do for them, it lets them know real quickly that you are there just for you.
Yeah. Yep. Versus if you're there and you're asking them questions about them, their things, it's not you and your solution and that. It's you're trying to understand them and what their pain is and what's going on.
Because you know something that could possibly help them. And, you know, of course you're not going to, their idea is like, well, you're not going to do it for free. Like, no, I'm not trying to do this for free. What I'm trying to purchase first is your trust. I want you to know that I really care about this because there's a lot of people in my same space, could be anything. They want your trust too. But a lot of times they're going to show you trust by giving you the lowest price, thinking that that's going to be trust.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's like, it's like anything in life. If you put too much trust into one thing and you guarantee it's going to be without change, like, I don't know one thing that is not a constant.
That was funny. I in my second interview with that company yesterday, they asked me and they're like, oh, so how do you work? And I was like, oh, I actually work like this. I really like structure, I like things, and like this is how I function basically. And they're like, oh, okay, well, what about when change comes in or things break? And I'm like, I'm a parent, I'm almost 40, like life is change, life is continuous change, and to think that I can control or, you know, that I need to get upset that something new has arrived, it just means maybe it has a higher risk or a higher priority at the moment. And then I just put a pin in this other thing and switch gears to whatever the high risk is and top priority.
Well, it's even with the relationships that you have in your workspace is like like there's people in my job where I feel real good connection with.
Yeah.
And there's other people that I'm like, oh, I keep you at arm's distance and that's okay. I don't dislike you, but I I don't have the same level of trust as the other ones do. So I don't know what I can say and do around you that could offend you or whatever, if you're one of those people that get offended by everything. And, there are people in my job where I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not going to tell you very many things because I don't know you well enough. But it's that, like you
It's
said,
that layer of trust.
well, and what you just told them is like, look, I see that change is a constant, that if we work together, things are going to be pretty cool. And I want to have a good time if I'm going to spend time away from my family, my home, I want to have a good time while I'm doing it. I don't want to be busy, and I don't want to have to work really hard. I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel like this is easy. And you do it so well that you make it look easy, but then other people have real big difficulties with it. And that's been my problem, bro. I have been trying to do what other people do instead of what I do. Because I'm smart enough to know all that shit about insurance, all that stuff. Like, I know a lot how to save money and how to get these businesses to do it, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like, they need to like me and trust me. So this next week, dude, I'm like doing heavy drops, and I'm just there to gain their trust and be a friend. Like, I do this because of this reason, because I saw double-digit increases last year. And I think it's pretty ridiculous because I know your employees are having a hard time. And as somebody who pays for their own health insurance, I'll tell you right now, if it went up, I'd be fucking pissed. Be like, I'm going to get the same amount of treatment for more money.
Well,
Why?
and every business owner 99% of them don't insure every family member, every friend. So every person they know, every employee, feels that pain, regardless of them. So they know that is still this pain in the ass thing that's coming. Like, maybe not a lot of them have plans in place for that.
No, they don't. They don't think about, like, they usually just take like the cheapest plan. And usually that's a really good indicator to me that they were just told take the cheapest plan instead of thinking like 3 or 4 or 5 years down the road, because you're not expecting your employees to leave in 12 months. So
You're not wanting them to.
But that's how they treat their healthcare benefits. Yeah. They treat, we'll just trade it to the cheapest one next year. And now unfortunately we're starting to see that within the tech space. We're seeing all these companies cutting jobs like crazy. And if you've been a part of that, I feel for you, because it's these companies had built up a false sense of security saying we need you, but they didn't. And now they're just abandoning them and thinking, okay. And these people like my brother-in-law, dude, like he was an account manager, and not an account manager, a project manager, like totally different thing. And he got let go, and then he got let go, and then he got let go the third time. And then he's been without a job for 6 months. And he's like, I got an interview with Weave, and I didn't want to say anything.
It's been a long time. They could have changed direction, leadership, a structure of how they, processes, stupidity level of certain people.
Yeah, for sure.
But it could be a good opportunity, and it depends on what he's doing there.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying to him. But, the thing for him is that he still goes back to, I want it to be the same as when it was really awesome for me. But the one thing like you stated, is that life is constant change. And so I should never be dead set on today is going to be awesome because these things are going to happen. Today's going to be awesome because I'm going to make it awesome.
Yeah.
And when things that come up that are disappointing and bad, you know what, I'm gonna stop and look at it going, can I change that now? If no, then let's focus on the positive things that I can, which is just progress. Yeah. And that's what I try to think about every day. But seriously, on my way over here, I was thinking that same thing, what you had just stated. And it's that great example of you being at a network thing, and he's nervous about all of the business features, and you're just like, and they came there and you're like, yeah, this is who I am. I'm not even going to talk about that, because they don't care who you are. They're looking for another friend. Every person you talk to is looking for a friend. Yeah,
that was basically it. And the conversation at lunch was great. Like,
it was fun.
We talked about, what did we talk about? My divorce. We talked about that. We talked about kids. We talked about ketamine. We talked about cannabis. We talked about all sorts of random shit. And
your brother's probably like...
And one of those dudes was definitely hella Mormon, you could tell. Mid-50s. And so just both great guys, had amazing conversations with them both. And it was just very different. And I liked that his pitch was very short. He kept it short. And they had a couple questions about kind of tools and things that might help with where things are going. It was a good topic, but I'm like, you could have just asked a couple questions and it wouldn't have even pulled from, conversation. Just if they chose to
maybe
follow
a place
it,
of concern too. Like, hey, what are you doing here? Like, I'm just curious.
Well, because that was the biggest thing, is everyone in that industry knows that the certificates have changed from 398 days to 200 days that they refresh, that you have to update them, and then it'll go to 100 and then to 47. And so all of those tech companies have, like every company who has websites and all of these things need those securities, and they have to update them across a ton of different things.
Dude, that's a big thing everywhere right now.
And so everyone's having that issue. And so it was like, all he had to do was ask, hey, what are you guys seeing or doing with this?
Or even like in the third person, that's one thing I've learned is like other companies like this, they've experienced this.
So I'm like, it's just super easy to go, hey, what is your guys' plan for these types of things that you guys are seeing? Because they're on the security side and he's on the certificate side. And I'm like, so they partner, they work well together, but it's just a simple question. And I was like, so that doesn't necessarily pull from the conversation, and you could do that without pitching it and even just get that same connection and that, and not have to draw from that without going, hey, I'm going to interject my pitch. It's just more of a natural flow to it. And I was like, and then it doesn't feel like, hey, can you feel this on your leg? Here, you're going to buy the timeshare.
Giggity.
It's like, all right, hey,
Giggity.
this is just part of the conversation because we've talked about a million different things, and this doesn't feel like a sales pitch or anything. It's just, what the hell are you guys doing with this? Because holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah, dude.
This is going to shock our whole industry.
I'm so glad that we had this conversation because it's, I've felt like, what's going on here? Like, because the other people in there are getting meetings, but they're not closing deals. I can close deals.
Yeah.
And then my boss was talking about how when you get to mid-market, you could partner up with another producer and you can go in on them together. And there's these two other guys. They're the top performers in the state.
Yeah.
One of them loves to hunt. He can prospect like crazy, and the other one closes. So that's what they do.
They
now.
partner. Yeah.
They partner with all of these big companies, and they go over there and they do it together. And I was like, that would be so much cooler in this one too, because I am a shit at prospecting. I'm shit at it. The reason why is because I'm too into, like what you stated before, the no, you're not going to like me. And that's the worst for me than taking my business. And so when I got that in my head, people love talking to you. You just have to be one that people want to talk to.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's, yeah.
And not everyone's going to have the time.
No.
And so it's like,
That's okay.
but it's the...
You tried.
And not getting in your head about like, oh, fuck. Because it's that no. And it beats you up. And you're like, oh, it'd be like going to a dance and asking 50 girls out to dance and every single one of them turned you down. You're like,
oof.
Fuck. Like, then you go and stand against the wall. Like,
you go to the next one.
Yeah.
And you get that. I mean, it was like at that, that's a really good point, Brandon. It's like at the event, like when I got this couple paired up, and the guy's like, I've been coming to these things forever, and I've never been able to make a connection. He goes, This is the first time where I feel like I met my person. And the girl was like, yeah, I feel the same way. Like, to hear people do that as strangers one moment, and then moments later being like, wow.
Especially in a time in the world where I feel like we are incredibly disconnected as humans from each other, and have a real hard struggle with just connecting with someone new, someone random, someone out of the blue.
Well, I'm going to do a Connect by Shape event for friends soon, and I want you and Em to come. And it's going to be awesome because it's the way that we set up this I set up this last one. I'm making it even tighter. Wiley's making an app for me right now.
Oh, cool.
So it makes it even easier. And I'm like, I'll get you back. And he's like, no, I really want to do this for you. He's like, you've helped me so many times without even asking for anything. He's like, let me do this for you. And I was like, I appreciate that, man. I really do. And I just want to make it so where people can connect. But dude, that's what I do. Like, it doesn't even make me feel like, yeah, I did that. I didn't do shit. I told them too. They're like, thank you. I'm like, I didn't do anything. What I did is I just kind of reveal that you're good people. You just blend better with certain others. And what better time? And that's the whole thing. Like the friend one, I think that will do even more because people want friends. They want genuine friends, but it's kind of hard to trust people these days because you think that they're all after something. But if you had something really in common, that's kind of cool. And if you find each other interesting, like how opposite we are, but we're the same because we stay curious. So I don't know, guys. Tell me what you guys think about that. Give us some ideas about what you guys got from this episode.
And stay curious.
Yeah, stay curious.